Irving after an interesting night to say the least, and Kevin Durant.
What's going on? Can either of you guys describe just the atmosphere in the arena today and whether that caught either of you off guard?
Yeah, no, we're expecting a bigger crowd on Sunday, so I'm happy it was a great start to seeing what this environment is going to be like, and just looking forward to the challenge.
Greg Logan with Newsday.
Kyrie, on a personal level, what was the experience like for you? One time they were chanting some vulgar stuff and you kind of waved it on. Do you feel like you kind of had to get this one past you?
I mean, it's basketball. I've been in a few environments in my life, so, like I said, as long as it's just strictly the nature of basketball out there, there's nothing extra, I'm cool with it. Gonna get some preparation with the team tomorrow, and then get prepared for Sunday. But, it's just want to keep it straight basketball.
Alex Schiffer, The Athletic.
For either one of you guys, just where do you think your biggest issues were on defense tonight?
I feel like they made shots tonight. Especially Tatum, he had some tough ones over us tonight. I don't think he got anything easy. But for a scorer like that, once you start to see the ball going to the rim, things become, it just push their team to another level. So I felt like the fadeaways that he was making, the step back threes, those are his shots, but we still got to contest on them. So I think we got to be more physical with our switches and rebounding and getting out in transition. So, watch some film and see how we can get better.
Blake Andrews, ESPN.
Maybe starting with Kevin and then Kyrie, if you have anything to add. I'm wondering, Steve said that he could feel the confidence growing in Boston by giving the team an opening to win tonight. I'm wondering if you could feel that over the course of the game, and if so, how, and then just what you made of what Jason Tatum was able to do.
I mean, how many threes they hit?
Quite a few.
Yeah, they tied us in threes. They hit 16 threes in this building. I mean, you got Romeo Langford hit a couple for him. Smarty hit 5. Fournier hit 4 of them. So they got it going from the three-point line, which is going to keep any team in the game. And, we got to do a better job of contesting. They shoot 50% from the field. We can't allow that. At 41 from the three, we can't allow that. And get out rebounded. We just got to be better.
Brian Lewis with the New York Post.
To either or both of you, I mean, after you guys were down 10 and you climbed back to tie it on Katie's free throws, at that point, they went on a run and kind of put it away. I'm curious, what went wrong defensively in that run where you let him hit like 7 of 8, 8 of 9, whatever it was? From when it was 75 all.
Yeah, no, they were just comfortable. When you get down the stretch, they feel like they could pick us apart, with their 1-4, 1-3 pick and roll, or kind of what we call pick on basketball, just bringing screens up and then JT getting to the free throw line, or getting aggressive plays, or Kemba getting in the teeth of the defense, or they run an ATO for Evan Fournier, I get a corner 3. It's just big momentum plays. Tristan hitting the offensive glass and keeping plays alive. Just the little details of the game where we felt like we could have been there in terms of putting a body on guys. We just got to be ready for that for Game 3, or Game 4, excuse me.
With La Gazzetta dello Sport.
Guys, this is for either one of you. What do you think was your biggest problem this game, and how do you think you can solve it?
I think we have to definitely have more attention to detail on the small things on the defensive side of the ball. Like not opening up on pick and rolls and switching, the contact and physicality. It's small things, and rebounding and boxing out. Guys flying in from the perimeter to rebound, and then on the offensive side, just keep moving that basketball. We got special players here that can make tough shots, but we want to continue to move the ball. So we got to watch film. We got to just play more of a, we started off the game well, but for the whole game, we got to consistently be there for each other defensively. And when we do that, we're in good shape. But their best player had 50 points. We got 23 from Marcus Smart, and we were still in the game late. So that's a solid sign of anything, but we don't want to take no more victories out of nothing. We just got to come back with it next game.
Back to Christian Winfield.
Hey, again, for either one of you guys, what do you miss most with Jeff out of the lineup, and just what does he bring that you guys didn't have today?
I think he brings a versatility to us offensively and defensively, and creates some spacing out there in terms of our shooting. But just like this season, we've had kind of that next guy up mentality where guys have to fill in. And it may take a game or two to figure that out, but this is the playoffs, so we just got to figure it out on the fly. And like Kay said, just paying attention to detail. We clean up a few things on the offensive and defensive end. We'll be in a better position for Game 4. So looking forward to the challenge.
Back to Greg Logan.
For Kevin, Steve Nash said that he felt you guys kind of got back to playing more isolation. I mean, you and James obviously have lights out games, but do you have to get more to the style of offense that you had in Game 2, where it's a little bit better spacing and you guys don't have to do everything?
I don't feel like we had to do everything tonight. I mean, we got some good looks. I felt like everything we did was efficient. James and myself and James, 11 for 18. 7 for 12 from the Tracy, 12 for 13. I mean, 2 turnovers, 10 assists. I felt like we were efficient. I mean, I missed 3 free throws, but outside of that, I felt like we were efficient. But we lose a game and I got 1 assist and we got 16 as a team. Of course, we can pinpoint that, but it's a lot of stuff in the games that we could be better at, and that's definitely one of those things we're gonna emphasize is continue to move the basketball.
Thanks for your time, guys.
In their first round series with the Brooklyn Nets, now trailing just 2 games to 1 with another home game coming up in Game 4. Welcome in. It's Playoff Central Live presented by State Farm. Ryan Hollins over there, Carlos Boozer. I'm Matt Weiner. We got the big lineup here in the studio tonight. We've been, us and the other folks I've been talking to about this series have basically reached the same conclusion that the Celtics will need Jason Tatum to have games like this if they're going to have a shot in this series. And they got it tonight. Let's go to Steve Nash, who has reached the podium early on. His Brooklyn Nets take it on the chin tonight, but still hold a 2-1 lead.
Start tonight, and then they came back, and all of a sudden you're kind of playing catch the rest of the game. Where do you think they overtook the game with you guys tonight?
They played well. I mean, I think they were a little desperate and became the aggressor after our hot start. They were the ones looking to drive the ball. They were looking to step in the threes, and they got themselves going. And so, they took the momentum and their crowd with them. They started to feel a little confidence for the first time in the 3 games, and we didn't get enough stops.
Ryan Lewis with the New York Post.
This is twofold, Steve. When you guys had tied it up on those KD free throws at 75 all, the game is there for the taking. Are you surprised or disappointed at you guys' defense at that point? I think you let him hit like 7 of 8, something like that. And do you think the second question is, do you think the crowd here played any role in Kyrie? It looked like he had a hard time getting started in the first half.
I don't think the crowd limited Kai. I don't think so. But I don't know. At this point, I just think we all feel like we could have played better defensively. We didn't get stops when it mattered, and for large portions of the game, we gave up 125 points. So it's just too many big quarters for them. They had high 20s or 30s all 4 quarters. Not a great performance, but it could be good for us. It's so new for us to face a little adversity, to go through some of these battles and challenges, to pick ourselves up and look over some things tomorrow and come back on Sunday.
Tom Dowd, BrooklynNets.com.
Steve, just curious what you saw on the offensive end. Obviously, Harden and Durant scored a ton for you tonight. Just curious about the offensive rhythm beyond that.
Yeah, I thought for big portions we got a little stagnant. We got away from our movement. I thought, James was scoring in isolation, Kevin was scoring in isolation, but I still think that we can be more difficult to guard in general if we move the ball and get to isolations as a second resort. Again, like I said, we got to learn from this, take something from it. How can we refine what we're doing and add this to our experiences?
Christian Winfield, New York Daily News.
Hey, Coach, just not having Jeff out there, how did that impact the game? And then did that play a factor in how Tristan Thompson was able to dominate the offensive glass? And I remember you saying that Jeff's absence would create more time for Nick. What did you think of Nick's performance? And do you think that maybe DeAndre might be up for some minutes since he might be a guy who can help contain Tristan like that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that Jeff, his strength is going to be keeping Thompson off the glass, but we certainly miss his versatility, his ability to play multiple positions, multiple roles. Nick had an up and down night, young player trying to figure it out in a big moment, but that's going to come for Nick. We believe in him. We want to support him. Anyone can play for us. You look down our bench. We believe and trust in all these guys. There's probably not enough minutes to go around, but we can always push different buttons and play different guys, and that kind of happens from judging the flow of the game standpoint.
Ian McConnor, New York Post.
I think obviously a lot of people felt like entering tonight, you guys were in complete control of this series, and I'm just curious if you're concerned at all that you gave the Celtics a reason to believe by allowing them to win this game, and if so, why? And if not, why not?
No, I mean, they definitely are going to have belief now. They got to win at home, and we're able to stop the momentum after playing 2 games in Brooklyn. So, big challenge for us. We got to come out and be sharper, be better at both ends of the floor, and try to slow them down and execute offensively.
Back to Alex Schiffer.
You guys did such a good job guarding Tatum in the first 2 games of the series. With his 50-point performance, how much of that do you chalk up to a guy getting hot, star player getting hot, and kind of tip your cap to maybe you guys going away from the game plan to the defensive principles?
I think there's 2 components to it. One, we'll refine what we're doing. We'll look at the tape and get better at that. And then the other part of it is just having that fight and just trying to make him as hard as possible for them in general and for Tatum. We know what he's capable of. He's had 3 other, I think, 50-point performances before this one in the last 3-4 weeks. We did a good job at home, but that's a job